Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Tech It Out. This week we get you highlights from Samsung's Unpacked event in South Korea. We also take you for a tour of the International Police Expo, showcasing some cutting-edge ammunition and surveillance technologies. And we meet Andi, the world's first breathing, sweating and shivering robot. Let's get started. Samsung held its second Galaxy Unpacked event of the year. The event in Seoul showcased how foldable phones might be the future of smartphones, along with some other exciting launches.
We are so excited to introduce you to the newest additions to the Galaxy ecosystem.
Samsung continues to bet on devices with flexible screens. The company has now introduced two new foldable smartphones, the clamshell-designed Galaxy Z Flip 5, and a larger device that opens and folds like a book, the Galaxy Z Fold 5.
I've got my hands on both the devices, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and the Galaxy Z Fold 5. And here is what I think about them.
The new Galaxy Z Flip 5 has a form factor similar to its predecessor, but it is the cover display on the phone that makes it different from the previous generation model. The cover display, also called the Flex window, is 3.78 times larger than the previous version. It measures 3.4 inches. Interestingly, the bigger cover display offers a wide range of new capabilities. According to Samsung, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 allows users to do almost everything from the cover screen that they can do from the primary screen. Now, on the Flex window, users can get access to a plethora of widgets, quick settings, and other interesting features. Also, the 5th generation flip phone is said to be the slimmest and sleekest flip mobile ever. We like the camera functionality of the phone. According to Samsung, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 has the most powerful camera on a flip phone. We tested its cameras, although briefly, and the initial results are promising. Also, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 comes with new AI improvements in the camera. The AI-powered image signal processing algorithm is said to correct any visual noise that typically spoils low-light images while enhancing details and color tone. Not to our surprise, the phone is light in weight, so one can easily operate it for long hours. Its 6.2-inch HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display is a treat to the eyes. The new Galaxy Z Flip 5 will be available in 4 colors: mint, graphite, cream, and lavender, at a price of $999. Much like the Galaxy Z Flip 5, Samsung has made some significant improvements in the Fold 5 as well. Interestingly, the Fold 5 is 10 grams lighter than its predecessor. While the difference in weight may look negligible, it does add to the comfort and ease of handling the phone. As Samsung claims, the Fold 5 is also the thinnest foldable phone yet. Like earlier versions, the large main screen of the Fold 5 provides an expansive viewing experience. Also, the new Fold packs a brighter screen. In the new version of the Galaxy Fold, the peak brightness has increased by more than 30%, which makes the screen appropriate for an optimal viewing experience outdoors, even under bright sunlight. The screen is vibrant and produces crisp details. One of the major additions to the Fold is the ability to have faster access to recent apps. The improved taskbar enables dynamic productivity by allowing users to quickly switch between frequently used apps. Gamers would be excited to know that the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is claimed to comfortably handle marathon gaming sessions with its advanced cooling system. The device will be available in 3 colors: icy blue, phantom black and cream, at a price of $1,799.
Both the devices appear to be promising, but the question is, how will they deliver in the real world? Well, we will comment on that once we use them for a longer period.
The much-awaited International Police Expo 2023 took place in India. From surveillance to arms production, from drones to safety gear, the event had a lot of cutting-edge technologies on display. We visited the exhibition to bring you this report.
Smart technologies are changing the security and defense landscape. Many of these path-breaking inventions were on display at the International Police Expo in New Delhi. Representatives from India's security forces met equipment manufacturers to explore newer opportunities in training, protection, and rescue operations. Here's what caught our attention at the Mega Police Fair. The world is witnessing an ongoing arms race. Countries around the world are not just competing to create ballistic missiles, but also smaller and smarter weapons. Grand Power is one such Slovakian company that is using state-of-the-art technology to create firearms.
We produce over 100 different models of the guns, from the handguns to carbines up to the rifles and the heavy machine guns. The unique system of our handguns consists of rotating barrel system. Every shot you fire, the barrel rotates in 32 degrees. And the energy of the rotation absorbs the recoil. So when the shooter shoots, hand is stable, is not kicking. That means shooter is faster and more reliable. All our guns are fully ambidextrous for left-handers and right-handers.
Many of the models manufactured by Grand Power are used as service pistols and in special operations. Grand Power also specializes in the production of rifles. They make highly controllable, rugged, and compact submachine guns.
So this is the Strybog AP9A3, fully automatic version, non-reciprocating charging handle, ambidextrous controls, so magazine release, works from either side, safety selector, either side, and bolt drop, so bolt catch, so you can drop the bolt from each side. Has a folding stock. There's different options for the stock available. We can just swap them easily by pushing out a takedown pin and putting in whatever stock you want.
Surveillance is an important part of security operations, but often areas around the border are far away from network and power connections, and border surveillance requires a regular supply of power. Soldiers have to carry bulky batteries, which can be a hindrance. FCT Energy claims to provide an optimal solution. The company is making hybrid energy fuel cells for homeland security and the defense sector.
So fuel cells, it's starting from what we have is it's starting from 1.7 kg only. That can be carried, it's a portable, and then it generates power on the spot. So you just connect with your battery and it gives all the power, and connecting to all your devices which is needed to be powered. Equipment, surveillance equipment and communication devices, or laptop or walkie-talkie or anything that is required.
The fuel cell and sustainable energy tech enterprise based out of Gurugram is already catering to Assam Rifles and the Indian Army. The hydrogen fuel cells produce electricity through a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen, producing only water, and hence the technology is very sustainable. The company says it aims to provide reliable and high-end solutions that contribute to a greener future.
Did you know when it comes to the world of science and technology, women are in the minority? Less than 30% of the world's researchers are women. A program in Australia is trying to challenge the status quo. Let's see how.
The study of science, technology, engineering and maths, collectively known as STEM, aims to foster critical thinking and problem solving. However, globally, the proportion of girls taking these subjects remains low. This leads to millions of women missing out on the opportunity to participate in some of the most innovative and exciting jobs of the future. Australia is doing something about this. It's using technology to help female students learn more about science.
Sophie, look at Red Comet. Look at that!
Leftover or remnant.
Tech workshops like this are being offered across Australia. The creators of the programs believe Australian children, particularly girls, have been prevented from progressing in the world of science because of the way it's taught at school.
We've been learning about space and protons and neutrons and new types of computers.
Who's jumped on a trampoline over here?
Professor Susan Scott from the Australian National University and Professor David Blair from the University of Western Australia believe that it's the curriculum that's proving to be a huge hurdle.
Most 7-year-olds have heard of black holes, for example. They're in movies, they're online, yet you never see that in the school curriculum.
Can you find 111? 101.
Quantum Girls is a government-funded project. It starts at the school level by encouraging more girls throughout Australia to consider careers in science and technology. Nick Tugwell is one of the 200 teachers associated with this project.
We've had comments being like, oh, this is so good, can we do more of this at school? So I'm really excited. I think it'll be really fun.
The Quantum Girls initiative is already proving to be a hit with the students, and it's free for everyone. But can it really help in closing the gender gap?
We need to be casting a wide net, and we certainly need half of our population, the perspectives through women and girls that they can bring to the various problems that we are dealing with.
And what's the yellow number? Well done, girl.
The European Space Agency has embarked on a first-of-its-kind mission, guiding its dead Aeolus wind satellite back to Earth. Why are they doing this, and what will the mission achieve? Watch this report.
This is Aeolus, a satellite that is the size of a small car. It's a dead satellite that has made a fiery return to Earth, despite not being designed for a controlled re-entry. The unprecedented maneuver has been carried out by the European Space Agency in a bid to clean up the growing space debris that is circling Earth. Launched in 2018, Aeolus is the world's first satellite to measure the winds of Earth from space. But now, almost 5 years after its launch, it's running out of fuel. Under normal circumstances, small objects like meteors burn up when they hit the Earth's atmosphere. But debris like dead satellites left at high altitudes can continue to circle the planet for hundreds or even thousands of years. To avoid this fate for Aeolus, European Space Agency used the spacecraft's remaining fuel to steer it back to Earth. The Space Agency says the attempt was part of its commitment to lessen the growing amount of space debris. Space junk is a growing problem. There are around 10,000 spacecraft currently in space, 2,000 of which are not functional. They can prove dangerous for other working satellites and spacecraft. one tiny collision could trigger a big chain reaction known as the Kessler effect.
Access to space is very big now. It's very open. There's a lot of constellations being launched and a lot of satellites up there. And if we don't act in this sustainable and responsible way, this is something that could get out of control. So every agency, every company that has access to space should act responsibly. And this is what we're trying to do, to set an example, and not just with words, but with actions.
In 2022, debris from a Chinese rocket allegedly collided with the moon, resulting in a 65-foot wide crater on the lunar surface. So far, humans have essentially been treating space as a junkyard. According to experts, the existing international laws on space debris have a big flaw. They don't address the problem of space debris, but there is an internationally recognized need to deal with the issue. The European Space Agency has claimed that from 2030 onwards, each satellite they develop will be debris neutral. This means the new satellites that they launch will clear the Earth's orbit once the mission is complete. It's a step in the right direction.
Moving on, we show you the world's first outdoor sweating, breathing and walking mannequin. The robot is called Andi, and it is busy helping researchers in Arizona. Let's see what makes him so special.
Global warming is one of the biggest challenges of our times. It has resulted in an increase in temperatures around the world. In fact, July 2023 is the hottest month on record. Needless to say, human health too has been facing the heat. Different parts of the world are sizzling under heat waves, and along with it comes the increased risk of heat strokes. But can research and technology help beat the heat? These researchers in Arizona are working towards it. They have created a robot that can breathe, shiver, and even sweat. Meet Andi, the world's first outdoor thermal mannequin. This life-sized human robot can be placed outdoors in extreme heat conditions for long periods of time, helping scientists understand the effects of heat on the human body.
With this project, some really important aspects of it are being able to study how people experience those extremely high core temperature values that we wouldn't be viewing in an actual human, because we would never purposely expose a human to those conditions where their core temperature would get that high.
Andi has 35 different surface areas, and it can measure the impact of heat on each of these body parts. These areas are individually controlled with temperature and heat sensors. The pores resemble those on the human body, and they produce sweat.
Extreme heat is not a problem of the future. There's plenty of extreme heat now. So even if the climate, was not to change, there's plenty to be looked at. But as you're seeing in the news, we're getting more and more extreme heat waves reported, and this is most likely gonna be increasing everywhere.
Mannequins like Andi have been used in the past too, mostly by athletic clothing companies to measure the thermal properties of garments. But Andi is the first of its kind that is being used outdoors, thanks to its unique thermal cooling channel. It is just one of two models currently being used by research institutions.
Human waste management is a significant and universal issue. But what if scientists could find an efficient way to harvest considerable amounts of electricity from what we flush down the toilet? Watch this report from Berlin.
Dank, dewy, and dripping. These sewage tunnels carry Berlin's human waste. Interestingly, they also double up as a heating plant. Human waste is being turned into a source of sustainable heat supply in the sewers located under Alexanderplatz, a busy transport junction. The site where the large heat pumps are being installed is spread over 110 square meters. Let's get to know how it works. Sewage workers and engineers have to physically go inside Berlin's underground system. Heat exchange modules are then laid in a sewer.
These silver plates are so-called heat exchanger modules. The wastewater flows over them, and the water that flows within the modules we then distribute in the neighborhood. And through a temperature difference, it can absorb heat from the wastewater or also release it in the summer for cooling purposes.
When wastewater from homes and commercial areas rushes over the silver plates, energy is generated. Heat pumps then further distribute the required energy in the neighborhood. Once the project is complete by April 2024, it will mark a milestone in global efforts to convert human waste into a viable form of energy.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. We will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION. World is one. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off.